There's some folks who don't deserve it.
We're gonna do something different. Welcome back, gamers. How is everybody doing on this fine morning? Today I thought we were gonna go ahead and do our Q&A. I was gonna wait a little bit longer, but I didn't realize how many people were actually interested in, or at least asking as many questions. It was really far exceeded any expectation that I had. So I was actually fixing to play the first Red Dead Redemption, as I see a lot of YouTubers are at the moment, to commemorate the 12th anniversary. So, as I was moments away from insertion, much like prom night, I figured let's go ahead and just do the Q&A right now. Let's do it. So the first question comes from Not Your Everyday Cultist. Where do you live is his question. Alright, well my friend, with a username like that, I don't know if I feel comfortable telling you that. But if you would like to know, it's somewhere between Tahiti and Australia. I leave that up to you. No man, where I live, it's like if Florida had a nephew. You know, we got ghosts in the backyard, you know, all kind of witchery. We got people in the street doing all kinds of black magic and, you know, playing with fire and whatnot. We got people doing bumps and knocking out on the side of the street and everything. It's a real ratchet place. So, even though you may not be my everyday cultist, I think this is a little too extreme even for your standards, my friend. Second question comes from just Kevin. Alright, so Kevin, do you play Red Dead Redemption 2 24/7? Yes, actually. I even quit my job just to play Red Dead Redemption 24/7. In fact, it pains me right this second to be able to just have to make this video and not be playing the game. No, but in all seriousness, I do play it a lot. I do play, not every day anymore. It's a little hard nowadays to be able to play any kind of video game. Our third question comes from General Bruh. He's asking if I prefer smooth or chunky peanut butter. You know what, man? I used to be a little bit into the chunky peanut butter. You know, I like some textures and whatnot whenever I'm enjoying my food. It's kind of hard to get the little chunks out of your pea tube rather than using smooth peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm one man and one jar of his smooth peanut butter, if you know what I'm saying. So next question. Next question comes from the Chad 6789. The Chad.
Was it the Chad? Chad was great.
Lovely name. Is your name a spoof of a quote from Pulp Fiction, Zed's dead, baby, Zed's dead? You are damn right, sir. You are right. That's actually where I got it from. Well, originally the idea, it came from Undead Nightmare achievement that you get when completing the game. It says Zed's dead, baby. And I right away understood that came from Pulp Fiction. Even though I've only seen that movie once, and once is enough for me. That is a trip of a movie. But, and then I thought, well, since Red Dead Redemption is my favorite game, why not, you know, play around with the name and, you know, thus Red's dead, baby is born. Alright, so the next question comes from Mr. Yogurt. You might need to go see a gynecologist for that, my friend. He asked a lot of questions, but I'm sorry, buddy, but I'm gonna have to limit you down to just one question, just to keep things running. But his question is there anything you dislike about the RDR game franchise? Gameplay, story, anything? No. Well, specifically from Red Dead Redemption 1, replaying it, the mechanics are a little bit wonky now. But no, not in anything in particular. Just Red Dead Redemption 2 I actually have a lot of complaints about. I mean, the game is fantastic. It's up there, one of the top games I've ever played, obviously. But in terms of like environmental music, like for New Austin and stuff, I hate that it's reused ambient music from like Lemoyne or the Heartlands or wherever you're at. So I wish, if anything, they would have just transferred from the first game's ambient soundtrack for New Austin, just to, if they were going for a nostalgia type thing for the fans, which I really think they were, because there's jack shit to do in New Austin. So I think it's just mainly there for fan service. Moving on, our next question comes from, and forgive me if I butcher these names. I know some of them are just actually there for fun, so they don't really mean anything, but a lot of them might actually be some people's names. I'm still going through changes also, so please forgive me if I butcher anybody's name. I don't mean to be ignorant. Who is your favorite Red Dead protagonist, John or Arthur? Oh, I'm gonna start a war with this one. I know there's a lot of people who are on the argument of Arthur fanboys, John fanboys, but you know what? I'm not a fanboy of either one. I think they both have really good redeeming qualities about them. But as far as just what's actually like changed my way of thinking of gaming and just stories in general and westerns as a genre, I would say it has to be Johnny Boy. Arthur is definitely somebody to look as to use as an example, not to really live a bad life, because no matter what, as he even says in the game, you know, you can't live a bad life and expect good things to happen to you. But John, on the other hand, was just a man driven not mostly to help others, but only to help his family. And coming from a man's point of view and having now a family of my own, I understand a lot of what that means to him. John Marston would probably be my favorite. And also just, I mean, because it's just John Marston, dude. He's got the fucking scratches on his face, whatever. I even tried to do a little bit of cosmetic deformalities to myself just to look like your boy Johnny. I'm joking, by the way. But that's nothing to say against Arthur. Arthur is a very close second, and then sometimes I do feel like Arthur is the better protagonist. But re-going through the story, playing it again, most definitely, I would have to say John Marston. Next question comes from my boy Chad Goosen. Man, this guy, okay, give me just a moment to brag a little bit about my friend here. Chad Goosen, this guy has commented and watched almost every single one of my videos. This guy is, I don't like using the word fan because I'm nobody, you know, and even if I was, I don't like that word. I mean, I don't want to be held on some type of pedestal of people to look towards, which you probably don't anyway. But I don't want to put myself in that position, so I don't want to say fan, but I would say so far a good internet buddy, if you want to call it that, is this guy right here, Chad Goosen. Really appreciate him. His question would be, would you consider creating an Instagram account? I mean, I'm not really a social media kind of guy. I don't really have a lot of interesting things going on in my life, and what I do, I like to keep private. So if I could use it to promote my channel and whatnot and learn about doing it that way, yeah, I wouldn't mind doing an Instagram account. So it's something I guess I could look forward to. Thanks for commenting, buddy. I appreciate you, my friend. My friend. My friend. Oh my gosh, that's like the 2% Indian I have in me, by the way. So sorry about that. Or not, I don't know. Should I be sorry about that? I don't think so. This next question comes from Jasmine. I wonder who that could be. Jasmine, that name sounds familiar. I wonder who that could be, even though she's probably got the worst question on here. From 1 to 10, what's you different rating between Red Dead 1 and 2? Well, darling sweetheart, first off, let me tell you that if you're up for any grammar lesson, come and knocking on my door. I'll be more than happy to give you a little bit of grammar lesson. If you don't know who Jasmine is, I gave you a backstory on that maybe another time. So from 1 to 10, different ratings between the two games. Red Dead Redemption 1, that's a 10. Man, you can't get any better than that. That's a 10 from the nostalgia to the different, how different it was from anything at the time, how it still holds up. That's a 10, man. You can't beat it. Now, Red Dead Redemption 2, I would give a 10 if only maybe they would have left New Austin and all that other stuff, and if they would have actually given us a John Marston model that looks like John Marston, I would say that's a 10. But for where it stands right now, I would say the game is probably like a 9.7, 9.8, 9.7 and a half, if I had to say. I don't know, man. I just work here. But anyway, moving on to the next question. Wow, what a name. This next question comes from Anal Breacher.
That's a huge bitch.
Dude, I'm real glad that there's a screen between you and me. There's a screen keeping us away from each other, because with a name like that, I wouldn't trust you getting too close to me. What's something from RD1 you wish they put in RD2? I'll tell you one thing, I really did like playing the mini games in Red Dead Redemption 1. So games like horseshoeing or arm wrestling, Liar's Dice is a big one. I really wish they would have implemented those kind of like mini games into Red Dead Redemption 2, other than just like Five Finger Fillet and what's the other one's, poker. There's not really in the way of doing that, but no, not to say that it doesn't make up for with the additional mini games and such that they put in there that are a lot more interactive, like fishing, or the hunting is a lot more as a simulator game than anything. Than what the game like its predecessor was, or anything like that, but Red Dead Redemption 2. And then also like bobcats and you know, animals like that were included in the first game. You know, I like to have, you know, a little bit of a Noah's Ark type of animal diversity. You know, I like all walks of life brought together for us to live amongst peacefully. Next question comes from BT-7274. First of all, I don't feel really comfortable answering this question because he's asking for my mailing address and he doesn't even sound like he's from this planet. But I had to give you my mailing address. Here it is.
My name is Walter Hartwell White. I live at 308 Negra Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87104.
I appreciate you guys asking all the questions. It's been a tremendous amount of support. A lot more than I would have anticipated, and I thank you guys for being here. For me to have come this far, I mean, just from uploading short clips of a game that I really like, and it's brought me so much positivity, other than just the occasional trolls that come by, or the bots that have to make me feel revolted and disgusted with whatever they're trying to promote. Through that all, I still appreciate the many guys who have been here, the many guys who have helped me start and become more expanded and broadened the world of short clips for games, and Red Dead Redemption in particular. Guys like Turtle Man, Melodic Satisfaction, you know, and other guys that are like Red Dead Clips or Swayer, and those kind of guys, you know. Too many for me to mention. But the ones who helped me get started, like Arthur's Journal, or what was his name, R4DI or something like that. Those are the kind of guys that pioneered it for me to be influenced to upload short clips. And then thanks to everybody here that views and your viewership brings in just unbelievable amounts of views, for the most part, for some of my videos that are just dumb short clips. But I'm glad everybody enjoys them. I love doing it. I don't see myself stopping at any point, but I do see myself expanding and making my channel a lot more diverse with videos like this and playthroughs that are going to be coming up shortly. So again, I want to thank you all for showing interest in the idea that I had to do a Q&A today. I thank you for watching the videos and continuing to show me support as far as we've been going with this here on the channel, and I look forward to bringing you guys a lot more content in the future. So from all of us here in the heart of Florida's nephew, I want to thank you, and we'll see you in the next video.